boys. The SimStation Internet Football Podcast, of course. We're back. Episode 13, if I can count. I'm your host, Travioli, as always, still here. Really wanting to just ditch this and go play diplomacy, but, weekly obligations. Joined, as always, by my constant co-host, Wyatt. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I somehow won with, all of my good players out except for Jalen Hurts because Benglewood just shit the bed, so we take those.
And our first repeat guest to the podcast. We've had pretty much everyone that has explicitly said they want to be on, and I figured y'all were getting sick of just staring at Wyatt and I. So, we have brought in the long-haired Jesus. It's Reen.
Hello, how are you? How is everyone this week?
How are you, fellow humans? Oh, God, it's short-circuited. Short-circuited.
All right.
All right, well, we got a good week of fantasy. Good is questionable. We had a week of fantasy this week.
It was a week.
It was a week.
Yeah. A few blowout wins, starting with I'm going to point out Sharks' win. We talked about last week how that was such a big win.
Yeah.
Hitting that 7-win threshold is so huge right now.
Huge.
And beating out another 6-win team for that is pretty massive.
Yeah, and her team went from looking potentially mediocre to all of a sudden nope, just kidding, it's fine. It's fine. We thought it was dropping off, and it's nope, it's still a good team.
I really thought the Cooper Kupp injury was going to sink her season, but the Stevenson trade has really helped her a lot. James Conner has come back strong, so she's looking okay.
Yeah, I think it's really nice that James Conner is not looking as touchdown reliant as he was last year, too. That just seems like a lot more consistent of an option.
Or
last
just
year he was
as bad as he was 6 weeks ago. 6 weeks he was terrible. At the beginning of the season.
I think he was playing hurt. I don't know.
He must have been.
Possible.
Bad.
He must have been.
Yeah. And Rashad White coming. If Fournette misses extended time, that's going to be pretty huge.
Yeah.
And I guess should probably talk about Spencer's team because it's on a hard slide right now.
Yeah, our power
4
rankings
losses in a row. He did score over 90 again. He's missed it once. But yeah, he's on a pretty steep slide. Maybe using the waiver wire will help him, but that has to happen first.
He has 2 empty bench spots that he's just not using, so he should probably get on that.
And I love the meme that he doesn't use the waiver wire, but he keeps sliding. And I know he doesn't like to lose. I feel like
something's gotta
use the. Unfortunately, all the good players might be taken now. But the past couple of weeks, we had some good options. People have gotten hurt. People have popped up. It's not like last year. I feel like we fell off a cliff waiver wire wise, where the first couple of weeks were really good and the rest of the season sucked. We keep getting people popping up every week that are solid, and he is just not utilized that at all.
Well, and we can meme about the waiver wire picks, but also he's going to need some more production from his top 2 picks. Combined for 17 points this week is just not enough. I mean, it's just not enough.
Yeah,
Pat Mahomes has looked good. He's been the only consistently good player. Also, Cortland Sutton is suspect.
Dude, the Broncos are so bad.
Cortland Sutton is okay if Jerry Jeudy is out, and if he's not out, then Cortland Sutton does nothing.
He's starting to. The last couple of weeks he's been good, but I think he's missed 2 or 3 of those weeks.
Yes, he missed. I think both of those games.
Yeah, Spencer definitely needs some help. Any other big matchups? I mean, there were huge blowouts. There was a couple close, fairly close, but it was really one. Close matchup.
I think the Beans-Biz matchup was pretty big.
Oh, that was a huge matchup.
Really big win for Beans, because if he doesn't win that, I think
she's out.
I don't think
for
he
sure.
has a playoff shot.
Yeah.
She might, but it's really slim.
Yeah, because 6 wins is the minimum now.
Yeah.
So she would have been at 4-8, and
And actually, on the flip, if Biz wins that, I think she's
looking good
for playoffs.
Yeah,
maybe not quite, but it's looking a lot harder right now.
I still think her team is pretty good. Outside of that Jerick McKinnon spot, I think her team is really good across the board.
And Beans made a few good pickups that might get talked about a little later. She also put in T-Law over Aaron Rodgers, which made sense because A-Rod was against the Eagles and T-Law popped off.
Yeah.
Sanders came back alive after a few down weeks with almost 30 points. So it was a good week from her.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, she does have a hard-ish schedule, and she needs a win. She cannot lose both. Like, no, neither of these teams can lose both.
No.
She does. Beans gets to play Dalton
Reeves
without
and
Justin
Dalton.
Fields.
Yep.
Because Justin Fields has a bye that week. So that's potentially one. But also 6 is not guaranteed. Right? 6 is just the minimum right now.
Yep.
So yeah, it's gonna be. She's really both these teams need to go 2-0, or it's gonna be.
They need help from
they
someone
literally,
else.
Yeah, they have to go 2-0, and then depending on the teams that lose, they need either a lot of help or a little bit of help.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, Beans is nice because she has scoring tiebreakers, so that'll help her get in if it's a clusterfuck at the bottom. Biz does not have that. I think she's one above Wyatt. Wyatt's 9th, I think, or no,
So-
9th, Wyatt's 8th. She's 7th.
Actually,
Yep.
so tiebreakers don't. I did all the calculations.
Well,
The
not
score-
right now,
That's
but yeah,
well,
they just get
even in like
completely-
potential that would like knock people out of the playoffs. The score tiebreakers don't do anything. All the head-to-heads are most
Beans has a
important.
lot of the head-to-heads, I think.
Because if
So-
4 teams end at 6-6, points are going to matter. Or 6 and 8.
It's going to. I mean,
Yeah.
the points won't matter because it'll be head-to-head. Trust me, I did it. If it's 6-6 in the playoffs, or I'm sorry, whatever teams are within the playoffs, that will matter. That'll matter for ranking, for seeding. But below that, the points won't matter because of the head-to-head. And I think
We'll see how it shakes
Yeah,
out.
it's all really
It's
good.
gonna be a
She's got to
clusterfuck.
win the games first before.
Yeah,
she
exactly.
can
Yeah,
think
she's got to
about
win the games.
it. I think the other big matchup, at least important matchup, would be me versus Agmils.
The last place clincher, unfortunately.
I literally got player diffed so hard, and just got lucky, and it feels kind of shitty. I'm not gonna lie.
Josh
but
Jacobs.
Josh
Good
Jacobs Josh Jacobs
The
single-handedly
mad lad.
crushed Alex's dreams. It's gonna be interesting to see if Alex can play spoiler though, because he does play Biz this week, and he plays Reeves the next week. So it's going to be interesting to see if he can maybe knock Reeves down a seed by winning, because I think his team does look fairly strong. It just happened too late because Keenan Allen missed so many weeks.
God. Yeah.
It's projected like 114 this week.
Yeah. I mean, outside of Dulcich, like he's playing Debo at flex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has a strong. I mean, and his quarterback position has been pretty bad all year. So
Yeah.
that doesn't help.
Well, this is Jimmy's worst week in
A while.
worst week since week 3, or since week 3.
But Jimmy never really has pop-off weeks. He's just really consistent at like 18-ish.
Yeah. Honestly, if he would have had this Jimmy with the rest of his season, he probably would have like at least another win.
Probably.
Just because it wouldn't be Matt Stafford.
He stuck with Matt Stafford way too long.
Unlucky.
It's so sad.
I mean, Dalton's streak finally, I think was it this week it came into an end, or was it last week?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was this week.
It was this week.
Yeah, I mean, he's been pretty dominant the last few weeks until Justin Fields went out, and the magic was just gone.
Their savior, Justin Fields, was not on the field. So they lost. I did not mean to make that pun. I did not mean to make that pun, but it was there.
But I think also we see a lot of why his roster can struggles, because with how inconsistent some of the players are, like Tony Pollard.
With Zeke back,
like George
Tony Pollard
Pickens.
is looking a lot less. He doesn't get as much work, so that'll hurt.
Yeah, I mean, George Pickens is just inconsistent. CeeDee Lamb can be inconsistent.
Mike Gesicki put up a goose.
Yeah.
That tight end
It's like his
position.
third 0-point game of the season? Oh, no. Sorry. His others were 0.6 and 0.8. My bad. But, yeah.
What is that? A catch for 1 yard and
Yes,
a catch
one
for
reception for
3
1
yards.
Yes.
Oh, no.
It's brutal.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so I mean, I think it's going to be Dalton really needs another win to solidify his spot. His scoring is good, but not great anymore, just because this week was pretty low relative to the pack.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's going to need a little more oomph.
Yeah, and then on the other side, Reeves got a really good game from Herbert. I think that was his best game on the season. So maybe he will start ramping up into the playoffs. Amon-Ra is still a beast. Ken Walker got 2 touchdowns, but has not looked great running the ball the last couple of weeks. So
Yeah, he's
hopefully
definitely been worse. Even though, like fantasy-wise, he's still great because he's pretty consistently getting red zone work.
But his
he's
yards
looked worse.
has not been great.
But I guess who gives a shit if it's fantasy, right?
True.
Except Seahawks fans losing to Josh Jacobs in overtime too soon.
Yes.
Yikes.
I think the last 2 matchups we kind of talked about why it's shitter bowl. That was rough.
I almost got 100. I basically got what I was projected.
Congrats, I guess. I don't know what to tell you on that one.
I got.
We were 8th in scoring on the weekend 1.
Yeah, I mean we take those. Jalen Hurts is my big boy carry. He had over 150 rush yards as a quarterback. I think he had more rush yards than pass yards. So we take those. And Pittman kind of finally showed up, so maybe he can not suck, and my wide receivers can not suck, please.
Apparently the Eagles had like 360 rushing yards. That is...
Yeah, they did.
What the hell?
Jalen plus Miles Sanders had like 300 by themselves.
Yeah, but I think Kenneth Gainwell had like 50. Like who?
Yeah.
I mean, I think last year they were had the most rushing yards of any team.
They good at run ball.
No, they did in the second half, yeah. But they haven't been that this year. They've been very spotty.
Yeah.
The other game is Steele versus Becca. I mean, this one, Becca's not out, but it's pretty
She
tough.
needs a lot of help.
Becca can technically get in. It's very exciting. Let me read this off.
Oh goodness.
It's Becca can get in to make the playoffs. She needs to 1 win out. Okay. She also needs Steele to lose out. Okay. She also needs to overtake Steele in overall points. And that is it.
That is going to be tough.
That is the only.
Because she is 12th in scoring.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's an uphill climb.
Yeah, and she does play me, and I play her week 14, where she's currently projected 55 points. So that's sus.
I mean, she'll
got a bunch of buys probably. Yeah.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah, she does play Sharksy and me, so not the easiest schedule, not the hardest, to be honest. But.
Also, I do want to just say how absolutely fucking dumb it is that there are 6 teams on bye in week 14.
Dude,
it pisses me off.
Who the fuck that could be our first week of playoffs, by the way. In some formats, that is the first week of playoffs.
That's pretty terrible.
And it's I mean, for some teams it is like their first week of playoffs because they have to win or they're out. And it's just like you could have half your team not playing.
And
it's so dumb.
They've had multiple weeks this year where there's two or 4 teams on bye. It's like just up that to 6.
Yeah, this week, week 13, there's only 2. They could have put 4 this week and 4 next week. It's just like, come on.
Fuck that. Yeah, I mean, there was really only one competitive match this week, but it was a pretty important week, and pretty much everything for the rest of the season is going to be important for almost every team.
Oh yeah,
except us.
It's still going to be important. I'd much
it's
rather
important
play.
For seeding.
We got it.
I'd much rather play someone at the bottom of the standings than like you in the first round. That would not be very fun.
Yeah,
true.
There's definitely big seeding implications and a lot of fighting for their playoff lives towards the bottom.
And I know last year, like everyone, it's kind of a storyline that there was all the upsets last year, but that was also like the week from COVID hell, where like half the players in the league missed the game because of COVID.
Good old COVID.
So maybe it'll be a little more regular this year, and seeding will matter. I don't know. All right, let's just move on to our awards of the week. We'll start with studs. I think I've said it correctly like 3 times in a row, and I'm just fucking.
You're on a roll.
Dude.
Can we skip studs?
I don't think so.
Can we
skip
it?
Segment?
I mean, it's Josh Jacobs and then everybody else.
Can we not? Can we skip it?
Praise me.
The dude got 303 yards.
I can't hear you. La 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 la.
Listen,
It didn't happen.
I think he's like the third running back to do that ever.
I think it
The
was
first one since like 2007.
Yeah.
It was cracked.
Were y'all on Discord for this game?
I was
know
not.
I was. And I know Alex was.
I was not.
I wasn't even watching it. It was pretty terrible because I wanted to watch it. Probably a good thing I didn't because it would have turned out even better. But I was eating dinner with my family, like watching it like go on my phone, like the little field that's going. I was eating dinner and it wasn't on local TV, so they didn't have it on. And then I had to move furniture. And so I'm trying to move furniture and watch my phone. And of course I see Josh Jacobs in overtime, runs 86 yards for a touchdown. I'm like, fuck. And I'm trying to move furniture. And my dad's like, what are you doing? Come on, stop standing. I'm like, give me a minute. Shut up. It was very funny.
Oh, that's painful.
Yeah, I mean, especially compared to like how close the matchup was. It makes Josh Jacobs like even more of a stud because
the Raiders suck. Like what? The Raiders suck. What are we? They lost to the Jags. What are we doing?
They scored 40 points.
The Raiders suck.
Woo, baby.
I'm just not gonna watch. I'm not gonna watch football anymore. I'm done. I can't do anything about it. I don't know why I care to begin with. I'm just gonna go do something else that I can actually control, like fantasy football.
Yeah. There's a few other good performances. Like I mentioned, Hurts he had 157 rush yards and 153 pass yards and 2 touchdowns. So he did well. Miles Sanders did well. T-Law popped off. Our boy finally proven that he might be worth the first overall pick. Hopefully, please God. Yeah, so did I. I mean, I was there. It was lit.
On the stream.
Big schnut. I also did because I saw it like 20 seconds before everyone else, and I had to
mute and turn off your camera.
Mute and turn off my camera because I was losing my shit. The fucking pass to Zay Jones was like holy shit, and then they ran up, no huddled it, and he chucked it to Marvin Jones, like ran away. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Dude,
well, we don't talk about Zay Jones in this chat.
He had so many perfect throws on that drive. It was so good. Oh my god.
Yeah. The only one I even had notes on was also JJ.
Justin Herbert actually scored well.
That is true.
He got almost 29 points. I drafted him in the 4th round.
Oh, wow. Great time.
I mean, I think having Keenan back is going to be pretty big.
It definitely will be.
100%.
Yeah, so hopefully the stonks will go up for you, but for me, I want his stonks to go down.
No.
All right.
No, that was mean.
Right. How about duds?
Mike Gesicki.
Yep, Mike Gesicki with the 0.
Because I love that Dalton switched out Cole Kmet. And Cole Kmet didn't do great, but I love how they switched out Cole Kmet, picked up Mike Gesicki, and Mike Gesicki got 0.
Yeah, I didn't even hate benching Cole Kmet. Like
I didn't either. It's just funny how it turned out.
But also, Mike Gesicki's been horrible every week, except for like one.
Another one.
He's had 3 good weeks. Everything else has been pretty bad.
Yeah,
and it's It's week 12. Fuck.
Yeah.
Another one, and it pains me to say it. He's had a couple dud weeks in a row now. Is Damian Pierce? My rookie of the year bet is slowly looking worse and worse.
Yeah, that offense is just so bad.
Yeah.
What is he supposed? He has fucking Kyle Headass Allen out there. Like, what is he supposed to do?
And they just get in such a big hole at the beginning of every game that they can't really run the ball. So
the whole team is just a fucking disgrace.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, another big name running back has been Alvin Kamara, who 2 fumbles this week.
Yeah.
Lost one on like the 1-inch line.
I mean, he's losing Spencer his spot in playoffs.
Literally.
He really is. Like,
yeah,
he's
been consistently either mediocre or terrible.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe he's still hurt or something from earlier this year, but like, it's brutal. And
another dud for Spencer that had been doing well. He was part of the reason he was doing so well in the middle of the season is Tyler Boyd. He's kind of just fallen off a lot.
Yeah, it seemed like Hayden Hurst from the parts that I saw, it seemed like Hayden Hurst was like getting the targets as number 2 behind T. And especially when Jamar Chase comes back, that's going to be even lower.
Please come back. Please come back. Please.
Yeah, Spencer's team. I mean, it was seeming like maybe his team was actually going to, like, he was kind of a solid flex. Although I guess Cortland Sutton hasn't been doing great either. But he was going to have like a solid flex, and maybe his lineup would actually be complete. And then he just doesn't. And so even when players start coming back off injury, his team is just going to be empty, and he's going to need Saquon to score 30 points and Pat Mahomes to score 50 points, and that's how he's going to win.
Seems reliable.
Oh, very reliable.
Did he lose someone to injury this year?
Not
I
that
don't think so.
Dislike his flex this badly. It
was because he had Darrell Henderson and Chase Edmonds and Elijah Moore going into the year, and Robert Woods. So like all these people going into the year, you think like maybe they can be a flex.
He lost Zach Ertz to injury. That's not his flex.
But he still got Njoku, so
yeah.
Njoku did well. He's fine.
Yeah. The other dud I'll throw out is Evan Ingram. He had 1 catch this week, starting for Bengals team, which was, a touchdown could have changed that whole thing. But also the 1 catch he did have, he cut the route short.
And
didn't get the first down.
Yeah.
He easily could have if he just ran the route like
correctly
further. It's like, hello,
Bruh.
What are you doing?
Yeah, there were no targets for Evan Ingram. They all went to Zay Jones.
And then I also threw out Dulcich for Alex's team.
Yeah.
And that was the closest matchup of the week, so I felt like I had to put a dud in there from that one. And Dulcich he had a couple weeks stretch where he was pretty good, but it seems like Russell Wilson's just gotten worse every week. And Cortland
the Broncos are
Sutton's
so
doing
bad
something now. So Dulcich hasn't been in double digits since week 8 against the Jags. Poggers.
The
fucking dude, the Broncos are it's like they don't even have their first round pick.
Yeah, they are fucked. Like they are royally fucked.
They're tanking for the Seahawks.
Yay!
Yeah. Like I have no idea what they're supposed to do with quarterback. Like I guess they just have to stick with Russell Wilson.
Nah, give up. Is there a death clause in Russell Wilson's contract? If they murder him, do they have to pay him? Or do they have to pay his stay at that point?
Yeah, it's guaranteed, right? Does guarantees cover for death?
Does it guarantee what year it's paid? He won't care if it's paid in 30 years and the price of the dollar is completely
His estate will care.
His estate will care. Ciara will come and be like, "Bitch, give me my money! Where's my money at? I will dance all over you if you don't give me my money." Ciara doesn't do anything else. She only dances, I think. What else? What does Ciara do? She had that one song.
No idea.
Why is she? Who cares?
1 step, 2 step, whatever it was called.
Yeah,
1 2 step. Yeah,
1 2 step. Yeah,
step.
That's a banger though. Not gonna lie.
I think 1
Let's
step.
bring
2
this
step.
back.
1 step, 2 step is maybe a Dr. Seuss book. I'm not sure. But
That's 1 fish, 2 fish, or some shit. Anyways.
All right. This week we are doing the.
Whoa! We gotta do manager and waiver, big dog.
Oh fuck! I literally didn't even do anything.
Honestly, we can skip that. I don't even know what to do.
I mean,
yeah. Let's talk about waiver wire pickup, I guess.
Yeah, I can throw out mine real quick. I mean, I said a little earlier. Beans picked up the Miami defense, who got 18 points. They had a touchdown.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Bingle was pissed.
She also picked up.
He was really mad. He was hammered, and we kept bugging him about it in the Discord. And he was so fucking mad.
She also picked up Samaje P. Ryan because Joe Mixon was out. He scored 17, so those were a big swing in her matchup.
I
can't even contribute. I did not prep. Today was a long
those are by far the best pickups.
And she scored anything else. And she scored the most points, and she played her best lineup. So I'd say she probably gets manager of the week.
Probably. Those are good things.
Yeah, probably. Okay.
Cool.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah. Cool. So this has been requested, I think like twice. And that is we're going to go through every team and talk about the best and worst, if you want to throw that in there, jerseys to get if you win. We're going to include everyone just for fun. We're not just going to talk about all 11 teams active, or all 10 teams that realistically have a chance.
No, we are going to talk about all 12 teams.
That's why I said we're going to talk about all 12. We're not going to omit the one or two.
I can't confirm or deny if the 12th team will be receiving a jersey. It just might be other articles of clothing.
Oh, I can for sure deny it.
He did. Josh Jacobs did.
Oh no!
Oh no!
It's like, that meme with pouring salt in the wound.
Yeah. So shall we start with Agmills himself?
Of course, we're just gonna go bottom up because, like Trey Songz,
bottoms up.
I don't know. I like alcohol. That's basically the song.
What?
Yeah,
Okay, so let's start with Agmills. What is the best jersey for Agmills to get here?
a dress.
Okay, fair.
I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. I got it out of my system. I'm done now, Agmills. I'm sorry. I love you. I know you'll probably get mad at me for this.
And obviously, everyone can have their own criteria. Like, it's kind of just what you like. It could be the player. It could be the colors. It could be how they did for fantasy. It could just be how you like them in real life. It's everyone kind of has their own.
Would he actually get a Deshaun Watson jersey?
Yes.
I hope not.
But I feel like he.
I'm positive he would.
Yeah.
Okay, even if it wasn't a Deshaun Watson jersey, like if it was just another player, it's the fucking Browns.
I'm never buying a Browns jersey.
Yeah, the uniforms are so fucking.
They're
hideous.
so ugly.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it would have to be Austin Eckler on Agmills' team. He's the RB1, and the Chargers uniforms are pretty cool. So
Yeah, I agree
the Chargers and 49ers both have pretty solid uniforms, I think, and he's got 4 from those two teams.
Yep.
So I'd really say, Eckler's my pick as well. Worst is Deshaun Watson. I think that's a pretty fucking easy thing to say.
Yeah.
Worst jersey
But
is
he
Deshaun
would.
Watson.
He would do it though. If he
He
had the
definitely
option.
would.
Sorry, I don't know what on the camera, but
Just saw a reason
it
fade
auto-
into existence like a shitty 90s
just
sitcom,
happened?
sometimes
fading out.
auto focuses. I have to figure out how to turn that off. But whatever.
So just please don't get a Deshaun Watson jersey. What the fuck?
Well, we know he won't because he can't. So
Well, he
Maybe
can.
after
Just
you said
use
that,
more
he can
money.
just buy one.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That's, but then Agmills would have to spend money, and we know he doesn't do that.
This guy. All right, let's move on to the current 11th place team is Becca.
Come so hard to blow their backs.
Becca has some good choices, I think.
I mean, we all know if her first choice would be.
It'd probably be
JP.
Jonathan Taylor.
I mean, it's kind of gross getting a Colts jersey, but it's understandable, I guess.
If it was me, I'd probably do Joe Burrow.
I
think
would
the
too.
Bengals have
Really?
some clean ass uniforms.
I agree.
Which one would it be? Would you get the orange one, the white one?
I would
I'd probably
not get
get-
the white one.
You
I'd
wouldn't
probably
the
get the
one?
orange one.
Interesting.
I like their orange ones.
Or even the black with the orange shoulders. I like that one too.
See, I don't like the Bengals uniforms. I feel like I liked them when I was a kid, and then I grew up, and they're just too much, and they're orange. And I went to Clemson. I don't need more orange. I see steel every week. Like I'm okay with the orange. I don't know.
You guys
I
didn't
mean-
go to trivia today. I don't know. Do you really see the steal every week?
Well, you're wearing orange right now, so you're filling in.
Go Gators.
I mean, and sticking with the same theme from Agmills' team, the worst jersey would be Kareem Hunt because he's been really disappointing, and it's a Browns jersey. So
Yeah, I don't know. Donovan Peoples-Jones would look worse than Hunt, I think. Having Peoples-Jones written on the back of the
That's
jersey.
But like Donovan's her boy.
But he's
She
been
picked
pretty
him up
good.
and he did well. Like I feel like that's a better story than Kareem Hunt where you draft him and he did bad. Like
he's
like
been
that.
so
Like,
bad.
went on a limb, picked him up, and he did well. Like that's good.
That's fair. Yeah, it's probably Kareem Hunt.
And she hasn't played him very much, but I mean, Gino with the breakout season.
And
And
Seattle
the
has some
Seahawks
cool
jerseys are
colors.
cool, yeah.
Yeah.
Reese, what is your favorite Seahawks jersey?
I actually don't
That
even
they still
know.
wear occasionally.
Like just the jersey, not the whole get up. Maybe the gray. I don't know. Not the green. I like the dark blue. I think the white's pretty cool. the gray is like kind of unique because I feel like there aren't a lot of gray jerseys anymore, and I think the gray and the gray with the blue is pretty cool. I like the gray.
Pog.
This is from a Seahawks expert, guys. This man paid a Jersey Mike's worker a coffee
That didn't
because
happen.
the Seahawks lost the Super Bowl in 2000.
No, a coffee every day.
Oh yeah, a coffee every day for a week. You're right.
A coffee
He was going to give you a Jersey Mike's sandwich every day for a
yeah,
week.
a free Jersey Mike sandwich, and I gave him a coffee if I lost. And
And then Russell Wilson threw the ball on the goal line, threw the interception.
Yikes.
yeah, it was really fun. Although something interesting, Jersey related. If I were to, for some reason, wait a little bit to get a jersey, or just in general, the Seahawks are coming out with their retro jerseys. So I could get a retro Geno Smith jersey. That'd be pretty dope.
That would be solid.
Pog.
Yeah. I think we'll move on to Bizarwade.
Is
Some nice tight ends.
I think if it's like her best player and a cool jersey, it's JJ.
yeah.
If
I agree.
it's because Clemson and it's a good player and it's the Bengals, then it's T.
Yeah, if we're going
Or-
based
or-
off of
But her team is some nice tight ends. So it could be Kittle. This is the one I'm like, I got no idea. Like there are three players I could realistically see her getting, and I don't know.
I think
What,
if
going
we
the Packers, beautiful jerseys.
No, I am not.
I think if we
she-
go based off of what she would pick, it would probably be T. Higgins.
I think probably T. Yeah.
Just because of Clemson.
Yeah, she has a lot of solid options too. I mean, I think Dallas's uniforms are all right as well. Like she's got a lot of pretty good ones. She can get a Lions jersey because she started Jared Goff like 6 games. Like,
That's true.
Oh yeah, he helped her get a couple wins in the middle
Yeah.
of the
Would you-
season.
yeah, would you want a Lions jersey? Probably not. Could she get one? Sure.
True,
Lions jerseys are
they're mid.
mid.
Yeah. And I think we kind of already made the joke. Worst one's Aaron Jones because those Packers uniforms are fucking hideous.
True.
I do not like them. Sam,
Imagine getting a Packers jersey.
I mean, I also don't like the Carolina uniforms. So DJ Moore.
Yeah,
could
I had
be in
DJ
that
Moore
contention as
could be
well.
a worst one, especially
And
because of how
I think
bad
she-
he's
I
been.
think she's only started DJ Moore 1 week, and like every week she
And he got like 4.
yeah every week she's no. Let me think. No, actually, he got points.
Oh,
No,
really?
I'm sorry. All right, let me rephrase what I said. I think she started in 2 weeks, maybe. He did well 1 week, bad the other week, and all the other weeks that he's been benched, he's done well.
I think it looks better without Baker Mayfield.
He 100% is, yeah.
So, yeah, I'm good player. I don't know about those jerseys. They're pretty shitty.
Agreed.
Yeah, but what about Naheem Hines? She's played. Unfortunately, she has played Hines. She could act. I would make the argument the blue and red Buffalo Naheem Hines jersey would actually be the worst.
Do the Bills know that they traded for Naheem Hines?
I think
'Cause
it's
I'm
not
not
if they
sure they
know,
do.
it's if they care. Because why do you play Naheem Hines if you have Devin Singletary?
Why trade for him then?
Because they're gonna trade Singletary on the.
They literally
I don't know.
traded Naheem Hines for Naheem Hines and sent Zach Moss out, and they just
Is
aren't
there anything
playing
else
Naheem
in the middle of
Hines.
it?
Pretty sure that was it.
It was just like a massive fuck you to Zach Moss. It's pretty simple, right?
They're like, get out of here, dude.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah, that's pretty good for that one. Let's move on to Beans.
Bynes.
I mean, T-Law's got to be.
Yeah, gotta be
there.
number 1.
I mean,
It-
Waddle. Some of those Dolphins uniforms, though,
True.
and I like the orange personally. They don't wear the orange anymore. I don't think, but the orange with teal accent or whatever, like aqua, whatever.
Yeah.
I like the orange. A lot of people don't like those.
I think the orange is kind of cool.
Kelsey could be a good option.
Yeah.
The
I was
Chiefs
thinking those
aren't
three.
that bad. And then worse is, I mean, it's got to be A-Rod because Packers. Or Judy.
I didn't even realize she had Aaron. What happened?
Higby!
She picked up A-Rod and dropped Russell Wilson.
Actually, no. I think Higby's worse.
Higby.
Those Rams uniforms, fucking Best Buy.
Best Buy
Get those-
employee.
I like a lot of her uniforms.
Miles
I
Sanders
don't like
is not a bad option
the
either.
McLaurin. The Commanders ones are
The
bad.
the black Commanders jerseys aren't that bad.
Did you see the Commanders jersey they wore this week?
They were the
Weren't
black
those the
ones.
black ones?
Yeah,
The ones with the fucked up numbering and
yeah.
lettering
They
on the
were
back?
they were not great.
Oh, are they fucked
They-
up?
Yeah,
Bro,
the color is cool. The labeling and numbering is bad. Because this is how I was describing it. Because all of the other numbers on all the other jerseys are big. They take up the whole back, right? And so it looks grounded. And for some reason, they made the font smaller. So it looks like it's just a number just floating in space. And then what they did, they also made the font for the name smaller. And to make it look grounded, they put these ugly-ass yellow bars up, like, above it and below it.
So yeah, it like
What the fuck is that?
Yeah, it wastes a ton of space on the uniform, and it looks just awful.
Why the lines look terrible? What is
I know,
that?
but they have to have them because it'll look like it's just floating. Or they could just, enlarge them.
Yeah, especially compared to those Atlanta ones who they were playing this week, and they were like,
What the fuck?
they have pretty big font.
That's
It's
awful.
like seeing the Commanders players and the Falcons players next to you. You're like, what? Like my grandma when she's trying to drive, like. Yeah, those are hideous. So, okay, technically, yes, the black Washington jersey is the worst, I think. But if we're talking about realistic ones, the Packers are fucking.
Yeah. But yeah, so it'd probably be Waddle or T-Law for the best.
Yeah, I mean, I would have to go T-Law, but like the Dolphins uniforms are fucking clean.
Knowing Beans, she would probably go T-Law.
Yeah.
I believe next up is Spencer.
Spinos.
Spino.
I mean, we all know he would pick the saucy man.
Yeah, it's saucy.
It's like not even.
He getting saucy with it.
I don't like a lot of his uniforms.
I like the Eagles uniform, so he could pick AJ Brown as well, but
I think the Saints uniforms are. There were some of them that were okay. Oh no, the alternates was because the helmet, because the black helmet looked really good.
And would he really want to?
No, he would not want Kamara.
Yeah, would he really want to commemorate his season with Kamara when he's been so bad for the most
Brown
part?
Single-handedly lost him like 2 matchups though.
Well, he also single-handedly won him a couple.
Yeah,
with like a 3-touchdown game and a 2-touchdown game. So it would be saucy.
It's saucy. He getting so saucy up in here.
Who'd the worst one be, you think? You think it's
maybe Sutton?
Njoku?
Oh yeah,
Elijah Moore in the Jets.
Elijah Moore. Oh no.
I don't know. Robert Woods?
Yeah, Robert Woods in Tennessee.
Oh,
yeah, fuck those Tennessee.
imagine
I
buying
know
a
we've had some
Titans
conversations
jersey.
about uniforms and colors and such. Fucking
They're
Titans
terrible.
uniforms suck. No
They're
one else
terrible.
can tell me otherwise. They suck. I don't like them. They have 2 tones of blue and 2 tones of gray. It goes like light gray, dark blue, light blue. Like, no, stop it. Go away. And then like a
there's
little
not
red.
even any white to represent the mayonnaise they eat all the time. Yeah, I would actually say Robert Woods straight up. Fuck that uniform.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
like that.
I agree. That was an easy
So
one.
saucy, Robert Woods.
Big saucy.
Sauce.
Oh, Dalton.
Because Dalton's an interesting one. Because like my gut instinct is Justin Fields, just because of what he's meant to the season.
Oh yeah.
But I
But
don't
it
know if I
could
like
be
the Bears uniforms that much.
They're okay.
Hey, Jeff Wilson Jr.
J-Dub.
Dolphins uniform?
I honestly thought, what if it's Tony Pollard?
Could be Tony Pollard. He has
Mike
been really,
Pollard.
really good.
Adam Thielen's another one who's been pretty solid for him for a lot of the season. And the Vikings have a very unique uniform at the very least.
Yeah, I think
Purple,
I
purple's
think
cool.
they look good.
Mike Gesicki, really solid. Anyways.
I'm trying to think of who
French.
Dalton has been like raving about, and just
Literally no one.
I mean, the Derrick Henry, I know he likes Derrick Henry, and I don't know if he's like currently on the Derrick Henry train, but once again, Titans uniforms, they suck.
I mean, he's been honking George Pickens all season
Yeah,
since he
yeah.
traded for him.
But the Pittsburgh uniforms.
Yeah, the Pittsburgh whites are terrible.
Yeah.
You go like the black and yellow. Dude, can you get like the old Pittsburgh uniforms? Just get like the throwback for George Pickens. The ones that are really ugly, but like they're just
The
nostalgic.
Bumblebee one?
I guess it's nice.
Oh, God.
You have to think about it a little bit. The jerseys themselves. So think about the uniforms for Pittsburgh. And the uniforms suck, but I guess the jersey itself is okay. Just the fucking bright yellow pants. It's like someone took out some pants and just went and peed on all of them.
Just scribbled highlighter everywhere.
Piss pants.
Does
You
it?
should get Agmos for his punishment.
Piss
Piss
pants.
boy gets piss pants.
Piss boy. Oh, no.
We go buy him secondhand Steelers football pants, and he has to walk around in them.
You got to get one that's used by like some defensive lineman, so they're just fucking ginormous.
Wait. What if I just thought of something? What if we go to a secondhand store, Goodwill, whatever, and we look for football clothes? Like football gear or jerseys or whatever.
That would be like give him shoulder pads and
we give him
shit.
shoulder pads.
Dude, that would be
and he walks
hilarious.
around in like this stupid ass jersey and uniform. We give him cleats. He's going out to a bar. And he's got a fucking helmet on.
He
He's like
steps on someone's
clown
foot.
shit.
They fucking start bleeding because he's in cleats. He's like,
Oh
ah!
my, that would be great.
Yeah. There's a lot of really uniforms on here. Like that transition, I'm very natural with it.
Yeah. Oh, you're a natural.
Yeah,
I mean, he could also pick CD. CD's picked it up.
Yeah.
see these nuts on your uniform. Oh, that joke never gets.
Anyways, we're moving on.
Yeah, no, Dalton's team's hard. I don't know. Oh, what about worst uniform?
Derrick Henry.
Yeah. But I mean, he's been really good,
But
so
yeah,
that
Derrick
kind of
Henry's
bumps
been
him
good,
up.
though, so-
And he's
Maybe
a
like-
Jacksonville guy, so it's kind of hard. To
Maybe
play.
like Elijah Mitchell. 49ers uniforms aren't that great.
Paris Campbell. He did start Paris Campbell.
Yeah. Well, giving him an Elijah Mitchell jersey would be funny because Elijah Mitchell has been
He played literally half a game. It's 1.5 games.
like the downfall of his team.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's all we got.
It's pretty easy to see what teams we like and don't like on these jerseys. You know, it's like
Yeah.
So next is going to be Steele. Steele has some interesting choices. He's got the first
He's going
Ravens
Baltimore.
players that are content. Yeah,
He's going either Lamar or Mark Andrews.
I mean,
don't
what
think he'd
about
go Mike
J Tuck?
Williams.
No, I know because remember he talks about he's like, oh look at this Ravens jersey, but it's like a baseball jersey or whatever. Like I know he would get a Ravens jersey.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, he might go Justin Tucker. You never know.
He could actually. Yeah, I didn't think of that.
That would be Giga Chad. Worst.
Nick Chubb.
Antonio Gibson.
Antonio Gibson. Oh, yeah, Antonio Gibson. 100%.
But like, imagine having to wear like the word Chubb on your back.
In a Browns jersey.
In a
Yes.
Browns jersey. That's pretty bad.
Yeah. He's just
He's
been so good, and Gibson.
All right, guys, hear me out. Hear me
Gibson's
out.
been okay.
Mecole Hardman.
Hard man.
Hard man. haha.
I don't know. I feel like, yeah. Once again, the Browns uniforms suck, but Nick Chubb's been good. But
It's probably Gibson.
yeah.
Yep.
Oh, Gibson, you silly goose.
Oh, Gobson.
Banglewood. We already know what jersey he would get.
It's Tyreek. Yeah.
Does he have
Oh, really?
a 201 already?
Yeah, he's told
No,
us
he
he's
doesn't.
already got Tua stuff, and so you go Tyreek.
Oh,
Hmm.
yeah.
I
That
think
makes
he would
sense to
still
me.
go Tua.
You think?
If he won
I thought he specifically said if he wins, he would get Tyreek because he already has, I think, multiple Tua jerseys. I thought he said.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know. It's like if he won fantasy playing Tua as a starting quarterback, I think he would go Tua.
That
If
was
he
pretty
played
good.
Kyler Murray, I think he would go Tyreek.
Yeah, maybe.
Just that he won the whole fucking thing and got a free Tua jersey because of Tua.
Yeah.
And
mean,
you saw, he basically
it
passed
would
out.
be because of Tyreek too.
Yeah.
He basically nutted over Tua and passed out on camera on Sunday. So,
Jesus Christ. Hey, but what about Christian Kirk? Come on, man.
bro, maybe Christian Kirk can like show up in half these games, and we'll consider. He had 10 targets. That dude was fucking invisible.
Wait, he had 10 targets?
He did?
It was like 9 or 10, yeah.
Wait, hold
He
on.
only had like 3 catches.
He had 9 targets
He had
for
9
4 catches.
What
He was
the
literally
fuck?
invisible.
Because they were just
Okay.
calling Zay Jones's name the entire day.
Okay, but he had 9 targets. That's not nothing. Like, that's
Yeah, that's fair.
46 yards on 9 targets?
Also, I was looking at this, and for worst jersey, I would say like Najee Harris or
Oh.
Cam Akers.
Oh, it's Najee.
And
Because
Because
think about the
Cam
Texans.
Akers he picked up.
yeah,
There's nothing about the Texans uniforms.
Texans
Texans are
mid.
bad.
But I like the Steelers worse, and Najee has sucked.
Yeah, true. And also,
And he likes Damian Pierce.
when the fuck did he get Deontay Johnson? What?
He picked him up like last
Becca
week.
dropped him.
I
Yeah,
didn't even realize that.
yeah.
Yeah, Becca dropped him, and he just picked him up. He's been pretty shit.
Like the entire year.
Pretty.
Yeah. He hasn't been good since Trubisky played, because Pickens and Pickett have their thing going on.
Yep.
What we define thing? Are they like gay together?
100%.
Give them all
Have you
reach
seen
around.
them?
No, I haven't actually. I haven't
Bro,
watched.
they
this.
both were on the second team offense. What do you think the second team offense does?
Each
It's not play
other.
football.
Yeah, they suck each other's dicks. Come on, Reeves.
Anyways,
Next team, it's Starksy.
it's Sharksy. We know she's getting a Josh Allen
Josh
jersey.
Allen,
We're
yeah. Even though it
definitely-
looks shit.
You think it'll be Josh Allen over Cooper Cup?
Well, Cooper Cup died,
with
and
Cooper
she was
Kupp being out
screaming
half
over
the year.
Josh Allen like the entire offseason.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah,
I mean,
it would probably
She
be.
almost
She-
got to Josh Allen like 3rd overall.
She could go Ramondre Stevenson.
Nah.
I like the
she's-
Bills uniform is better.
Yeah. But I was just saying because he's been really valuable to her.
So is Amari Cooper if their uniforms weren't fucking gross.
Yeah, they're just nasty.
Yeah.
I think it's a pretty easy Josh
I think
Allen.
it's a Josh
for me.
Allen angle.
Yeah.
Worst would have to be like
Amari Cooper.
either Chase
even though he's been
Claypool or
good.
Amari Cooper.
I mean, what about Matt Gay? You
No,
throw
that'd be
Gay on the
bad.
back of a
No,
Rams
that-
jersey.
She should get that, honestly.
She might actually do that just because it says gay.
She'd say broadcasting her gayness proudly.
That's why they have Pride Month. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, those are pretty shit ones. Also, what do you think about the Cardinals? We haven't really talked about them much yet.
I kind of like their jerseys.
They're
They're black. They're black with the red. I kind of like.
I like
them.
the black ones.
The
The
black's
red
much
ones are
cooler. The red are
boring.
the red. I don't know.
Yeah.
The black ones are
Yeah.
cool, especially with the black.
I like the
Or,
black.
like the dark red, sparkly helmets. Those are cool.
Mm-hmm. All right. Next is Misa.
Save the best for last. Best 3 for last.
I was about to say, you just complimented Reeves? Like, what? Okay.
He.
Who would
It's-
I get as a jersey, guys?
Zay Jones.
Zay
Zay
Jones, baby. It's him.
Either
Jones.
Zay Jones or Josh Jacobs.
No, it would be Josh Jacobs. But also the Raiders jerseys are pretty bad.
I don't know. I thought maybe. Do you like some people like the Raiders jerseys? I don't know.
They're
I don't
okay.
like the Raiders jerseys.
You don't. Okay.
Maybe CMC.
Which is really bad because I have 3 Raiders players
That is
that
accurate.
consistently start games.
But yeah, like maybe CMC, but also the 49ers jerseys are mid.
I was just thinking Zay Jones because it was an opportunity to get a free Jags jersey.
I'm gonna definitely be up there. I do like Drake London's jersey as well. The black Falcons
Yeah.
jerseys I kind of like.
He's just been bad for a long time.
And then, of course, I could always just get another Brady jersey and have like the wall of goats.
The
my
Brady
2 Brady
collection.
jerseys up.
That's a Travis sleeper.
What's the worst jersey on my team, lads? There's a lot of them.
Brandon Cooks.
Brandon Cooks.
Really?
Or
Devin
Michael Carter.
Duvernay. No, I like
Wait.
Devin. I like those uniforms, but
Over Fryermuth on a Steelers jersey?
Oh yeah. That's a good
That'd
one.
be funny, dude. That'd be a great.
Would it?
Bro, you'd walk
You're
around with
rude.
an ugly ass Steelers jersey, and the back of it says Friarmouth.
Oh, wait, dude. Wait, whoa. For best, this is the one you should get. You should get a Young Ho Falcons jersey,
Oh,
dude.
Yeah, there it is.
Can I replace Koo with Young Ho though? That's the problem. It doesn't say Young Ho.
True.
It says Koo.
That's
If I could
true.
replace Koo with Young Ho, that's 100%. Because that is fucking lit. Did I tell you
You
about
get,
when I might
get a custom jersey.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
just
like
make us
custom
all
jersey
pay
costs.
an extra like $20.
Just depends on the cost, yeah. Did I tell you all about when I went to the sports bar with my sister to watch the Steelers game a couple
Nah,
weeks ago? She was like, "Oh, you play fantasy football, right?" I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Oh, do any of these games matter?" And I was like, "Well, the Steelers game because my tight end is playing for them." And she's like, "What is your tight end's name?" And then as soon as I said that, you hear on the TV because they have the audio playing, you just hear it's at Pittsburgh. You hear, and I was like, "Oh, the guy that just made a catch." And she's like, "The guy that they're booing?" And I was like, no. They're saying Muth. She's like, why? I was like, that's his name.
he likes drinking vermouth.
Yeah. So, yeah. She was just like, well, your tight end's pretty sure is getting booed. I'm like, no, it's Muth. And she's like, if you insist. Anyway, let's move on to Wyatt's jersey.
Who would I
I
get?
mean, it would have to
ETN.
be Etienne. Yeah.
Ass ETN season.
Yeah,
Like,
pretty much.
I don't.
I mean,
I'm not
I
big
also
on a lot
like
of your jerseys.
Jamar Chase because Bengals jerseys are cool, and I like the Eagles jerseys. And
What
they've
about
both been
Tyler
good.
Conklin?
Yeah, I'm good.
I don't like the Giants jerseys. Darius Slayton is
jerseys.
another one. Carolina, we kind of talked about. Carolina's jerseys are pretty ugly. The
I can
Colts
tell
jerseys
you-
are ugly.
I can tell you what jersey I would not ever fucking get is
DeAndre
DeAndre fucking Swift. Fuck that fucker.
Your jerseys are really bad. You may have the worst
They're
overall
not
collection
great.
of jerseys. Outside of Etienne and
ETN.
Jamar Chase, they're
And Hurts is like kind of cool, but like not.
yeah, Hurts. Okay,
So
Hurts is
my top 3 players' jerseys are all number 1.
Wait, really?
ETN, Hurts, and Chase are all number 1.
He was number one. Worst jersey? I don't know. Having to buy a Mac Hollins jersey sounds like
It'd be really funny.
And
And you played him too, so you could.
Played for Vegas?
Yeah, he scored like 14 for me last week. We take those.
He scored more than Devontae Adams.
Also, actually, if I was picking worst jersey for you, I would just go DeAndre Swift because it's fucking hilarious.
It's
Agreed.
really funny.
Fuck that.
Like, oh, you got this really good running backs. Yeah, they're third stringer.
And the Lions jersey.
And they're
sucks.
shitty jersey, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Or Deontay Foreman because those jerseys blow.
Not
But
best
he's been
Last-
jersey.
okay.
But not least, we have Reen. Reno McChino Peanut.
He would definitely get a Kenneth Walker jersey.
There's no doubt.
Probably.
Yeah. I also put in just for the meme because he's still on your roster a Brees Hall jersey because you still have not dropped him for some reason.
Yeah. I don't like the Jets uniforms though, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I like when I was first thinking about this the concept of this segment. This is like way back in the beginning of the fantasy league, and I was thinking basically it was before I had started Ken Walker, and I was thinking between like Justin Herbert, Diggs, and Amon-Ra. And I'm like Amon-Ra would be cool because I drafted him in the second round. He's been fucking dope, but their jerseys fucking suck.
Second round. Man, what world are you in?
Seventh. Stephon Diggs is carrying my team, and Justin Herbert was good, and they have cool jerseys. But then he didn't do that well, and Kenneth Walker, I started him, and I got a Ken Walker jersey.
Worst one's got to be AJ Dillon.
Oh,
Fucking
fuck that
true.
motherfucker. Get
Overdrafted, underperforming, and hideous.
What an asshole. Either that or Brian Robbins.
True.
Yeah, but at least
Nah,
Brian
AJ
Robbins
Dillon. Yeah, no,
likable.
fuck
It's
AJ
AJ Dillon
Dillon.
for sure.
Fuck AJ Dillon.
Would you get an Amon-Ra jersey if it said Sun God instead of St. Brown?
You'd have to change
Hell
the color.
yeah.
You'd have to change the color scheme or the lettering or the numbering or just the entire jersey. But yeah.
And I guess okay.
I'll get a
another-
Seahawks jersey and put
That says Sun God.
So the Lions have 3 jerseys, right? The blue, the gray, and the white. Which is
Yeah.
the worst? Because I think they're all disgusting.
Probably the gray. I don't like
I
that.
like the gray the best because I don't like the. Man, no, the white one might be the best. The white might be the
Yeah,
best.
I think
don't
the white
like
one's the
blue.
best.
I don't like the blue.
I think the gray one's the worst. That thing is just nasty.
Especially, dude, they wore gray on Thanksgiving. I was just like, why? It looked terrible.
They just their colors are too. They both don't stand out enough. They chose like metal colors. I mean, I get why. It's like it's Ford and whatever, but they chose these almost like muted metal colors. And there's nothing that like pops enough. There's not enough contrast, and the uniforms suck, and so it's just bad.
All right, I'm going to rapid fire some teams that I don't think we really talked about, and y'all just give your hot takes on their uniforms.
Okay,
Start with Tampa Bay,
Mid.
and then we're going to go to Denver.
fucking terrible. Get
Bad.
that shit off my screen.
Yeah.
Trash can.
Can, of course. We kind of talked about Chicago, but like, let's get a definitive opinion on Chicago.
Bad.
Don't okay. It's okay.
Let's go Houston.
Yeah, I don't really like using that much.
And I think we covered most of the other teams. Kind of going through them in my head. I mean,
Yeah, I think we covered most of them.
we got through most. We talked. That's the nice thing about fantasy. There's good players. There's playable players on almost every team, so it's like you can kind of go through all of them.
Yeah.
What is the worst uniform in the league?
I mean, it's got to be the Browns.
I'm going Rams. The Best Buys.
Ooh.
The best price.
The Browns are terrible.
The Browns are terrible.
I personally don't like the Titans all that much, but I don't know if they're the worst. I think the
I also don't like them.
Browns are
It's hard for
probably-
me to say the Titans are worse than the Browns.
I don't like the Bengals. Yeah, I think the Bengals are better than at least they're unique and not 3 or 4 colors. Yeah, the Browns are pretty fucking terrible.
And then what is the best uniform in the league?
The Jaggers.
No, I like the Chargers. The Chargers ones are really cool. I think the Seahawks ones used to be really cool, but now that newer ones have come out, I think I like some of the newer ones better. A little
I'm
bit.
gonna
I really like the Falcons black and red jerseys.
I'm kind of stuck. I really like the Dolphins, and I really like the Vikings uniforms. I just
I like the Vikings too.
I like the Ravens uniforms a lot too. Though I forgot about that. I like the
purple's
Ravens.
such a good color, dude.
Yeah,
Purple it
and
just works.
There's like the different kinds of purple too, because like the Baltimore purple is much different from the Vikings purple, and I kind of like the purple and black with like the more subtle gold. Like it's like a deeper, darker purple on the Ravens, and I like those. I think those are cool.
Yeah, I think like purple's cool because like you can kind of throw it in with a lot of accents. Like
Yeah.
the fact that purple yellow and purple black work as 2 combos is pretty.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
and purple orange and purple
Anything.
white and I don't know.
There's a lot of good uniforms and a lot of really shitty uniforms. And so now you know what jerseys you need to buy and what jerseys definitely to not fucking buy if you win the league.
Which you're not,
Unfortunately,
because
only
I
one
am.
of us can win the league, and maybe the one with like half his team on IR should not be saying he's going to win the league. But who knows?
Hey, I won with
Okay,
half my team on IR.
congratulations, 8
So
scores.
just imagine when they all come back.
Agvil's outscored you by like 15 points.
That's so sad.
Agnells is eliminated. I don't have to worry about his dumbass.
Biz outscored you by 10 points.
Oh God, your team is so bad. You suck so hard. I thought it was gonna be like an 82 to 72 game, and somehow you got 90.
Really lucky
You
that
lucked
Hurts
out.
became a running.
Yeah, you got
back,
lucky.
yeah.
You got 96. I'm genuinely surprised you got 96.
It
You're
was
going to be
Jalen
eating
Hurts.
your words.
No, I'm not. It happened last week. We saw
No.
you got 8. You got 8.
And
Let's
like
go ahead.
in like 4 weeks when I'm fantasy champion, you're gonna be eating them.
That's actually more
5
than 4
weeks.
weeks.
5 weeks.
All right. I think we're good on
Anyways.
uniforms. Let's move on to the Week 13
Completely forgot we were doing that. I
matchups.
thought we were about to end it.
Nope. Don't worry. We're only an hour in, Reeves. I'm literally going to be up to like 3 a.m. just playing diplomacy, waiting for this thing to render.
We're not going to play diplomacy. It's going to be 2 of us.
I'm gonna be
2 or
thinking.
3 of us talking, and everyone else is going to be doing other things and not responding to my messages.
Maddie was pretty. Yeah, Matt. I talked to Alex and Maddie. They were pretty excited going in.
I'm super. I know this is not a diplomacy thing, but a lot of people
It
are
can
diplomacy.
be.
And,
It's gonna be fun.
Let's talk about diplomacy for the last 20 minutes. Let's go. I fucking love diplomacy. I'm hyped as shit. I'm gonna I'm gonna send all my orders to Becca. I'm gonna send her the map. We're gonna discuss shit. Spencer's not on my team. Get his fucking ass out of here. Sorry, Spencer, I love you, but seriously, get out of my team. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. I got Austria. Austria fucking blows. I'm gonna have like 15 teams coming from all sides. I don't have a lot of health. I fucking hate Austria, but I'm ready to go, and I'm gonna be out in like 3 rounds.
That would be crazy.
I think it's impossible with that. No, but
Do you want to
actually,
just do a second podcast that's like a diplomacy pod?
I'm totally down for that. I think it would crash and burn after like a month, but I'm totally down for that.
It would get so toxic because like we'd come in here like a day after Wyatt backstabs Reeves.
Yeah, the guests
We're like,
would hate each other. They're like, bro, I'm already out. Why do we have this podcast on a weekly basis? You guys killed me in 5 days.
oh my god, I got kicked up on my half the fucking planet. Yeah.
Like
It's gonna be bad.
I spent 3 hours talking to you over this planet. Turns out the entire time you were planning with 2 other people to murder me. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's gonna be a fucking banger of a
I'm
game.
so excited.
You know what else is gonna be a banger? Not this week of fantasy. 'cause it
Look at
looks
that
like shit.
transition.
Yeah.
What is the best matchup going in? I think it's probably Wyatt versus Steele. It's not the most important for playoffs. I mean, a win for Steele is huge, but
Steele kind of needs to win it. I know it doesn't look like that because right now he's placed at 6th, but like I said, looking at the head-to-heads, Steele kind of needs to win out to like actually secure it because if he doesn't, he's at a decently high risk that he could get knocked out.
I don't think it gets knocked out at 7 wins.
No. You could definitely. I feel like 7 wins should make it.
Well, yeah, but
Regardless.
7 wins would if someone else gets 7 wins though, because he's not playing any of the people that he's going for. So yeah, this is the thing that I was referring to earlier. The 3 teams that can make it that are in a bubble. Like I already talked about Becca, how she can make it. I think both Biz and Beans, they both need to win out, and if they win out, Steele, all Steele has to do is lose 1 game. If Steele loses 1 game and either of them win out, whichever one is in, it's Beans over Biz, if it's just like that. But
But there's still 3 other teams at 6 wins that can get there.
Yeah. Dalton and Spencer could also drop out.
It's
a lot harder for them to drop out because then they both have to lose twice and the other 2 have to win twice for that to happen. And Steele just has to lose once, and the other 2, one of them has to win twice, which is a lot more likely.
My guess is going to be that just like last year, there's going to be 8th and 9th place will both have 6 wins.
I agree.
That's
Yeah,
my
and
guess. I don't know what. Yeah.
I think it might come down to the Beans versus Dalton matchup in next week, week 14.
It actually could. Especially
Well,
if
we'll see
Dalton
about
loses
this
week,
week.
it could,
Yeah,
If Dalton loses this week, it's going to be massive.
Yeah. If Dalton loses and Beans can win against Reeves somehow,
But no,
That would be huge.
We're not even going to consider that.
yeah.
But I think Dalton's a pretty heavy favorite this week. I know that's another. There's so many important. There's so many matchups that are important but aren't like necessarily close.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really weird week. So
Now, why is Dalton a heavy favorite?
Right now he is because Banglewood doesn't have a defense in.
But Bengals can just pick up a defense, although not Miami, right? But like his team is pretty good. And if Dalton has Marcus Mariota playing and Tony Pollard is behind Zeke again, then I feel like they're relatively evenly matched, and I'll give Bengals the edge a little bit.
I have a few really huge concerns for Bengals team this week. One, who is he starting at tight end? Because he pretty much gets a 0 from tight end every week, if it feels like.
Yeah.
So that's always a concern. But also, he has Tyreek Hill got cramps in their game against Houston. He may not have been pulled if they weren't up 30-0, but he was pulled. And the more important thing is the Dolphins lost both of their offensive tackles in that game. As soon as Teron Armstead went out of the game, Tua got sacked 3 plays in a row, and then they benched him because they're like, we are not getting him hurt. Teron Armstead's not playing this week.
And they also play against the 49ers.
Niners,
Yeah.
which means his floor, now granted, he could play Kyler Murray over Tua, but I think Tyreek's floor is pretty low.
Kyler's on bye.
Tyler's on bye.
Just kidding, he can't do that. So he can trust in Tua, and I think the Dolphins' offense will still be decent. But hit the floor this week with how inconsistent everyone else on his team is, and his 2 consistent pieces having horrible matchups. I think, and Dalton doesn't even have Justin Fields in right now, and Justin Fields is expected to play.
Yeah,
Christian Kirk should have a better week because the Jags play the Lions, and the Lions' defense is bad.
Do butter, as Agmels likes to say.
So he should be able to get into the end zone, which would help a lot for his team.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, but the thing is, Christian Kirk's been so inconsistent in some of these games. He just no-shows. So who the fuck knows if he's going to actually participate this week?
I think I agree with that. I think, once again, Banglewood has 0 top end. So if Justin Fields plays and gets 25-plus points, Dalton probably just wins.
Yeah, I mean, and Najee Harris is injured, which means his running back depth, which already isn't very good, is...
Yeah, not worried about it. I'd be worried about
Olave has a bad
Tyreek
matchup against the Bucks. I don't know. There's just fuck. I don't know.
Yeah, it's tough.
I don't like Dalton's team either. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't like either of these teams right now.
Do we see a potential shit bowl in the making?
It's
Bengals
possible.
being involved in the shit bowl again would be really depressing.
But it's possible.
I mean, he is 11th in scoring, and somehow
It's 11th in
7-5.
scoring. Oh my god.
Yeah, and he's 7-5.
So that makes
He's
sense.
pulling a Spencer.
He's doing what I was doing most of the season.
Yeah,
I'm up tonight. Let's fucking go.
and 8-4, by the way.
Yeah. Agmos has scored more
Oh.
than Banglewood, just for reference.
Yeah, that's cringe.
Yeah, I mean, that one? Pick it. Pick the game. We're picking every single one this week. Fuck it.
I'm picking Banglewood.
Banglewood. Barely.
Now I get put in a really bad spot because either we all go for Banglewood or
you
I
pick
get
against
bitched at
the
for-
bloodline.
I get bitched at for not picking my cousin. I'm gonna pick Banglewood because familial bonds. I just got dinner with him, so I
Okay,
got
well, I'll switch and say Dalton.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, I feel like this matchup's too close to be.
Yeah,
for all
it
of
is
us to
too
pick
close.
one
There's
person.
not one that I definitely say one or the other, but
I could easily see either of these teams scoring less than 80 points, though.
I think it's going to be like an 82-90 victory.
What other? Anything y'all want to talk about? The other matchups?
I think the Travis versus Spencer matchup could be close, especially if Josh Jacobs doesn't play, because they came out and said he's not going to practice this whole week because of his calf strain. So that would make it closer than it is currently projected to be. Pat Mahomes plays against the Bengals, which is that they don't have a great defense, so he should beat Pat Mahomes and get a lot of points. I don't know. I just feel like it's going to be close.
Yeah, I think that I don't know if that game's going to be close or not. I'd like it to be close. It'd be interesting. But I feel like it's definitely one of the more important matchups. Really, anyone on the bubble is important, and Spencer's in a tough spot because he's playing Travis, and Travis is a good team, so he would like a win.
Yeah, I mean, my biggest thing for Spencer is while his quarterback has a good matchup, I think both of his running backs have a terrible matchup. Saquon Barkley and Alvin Kamara. Kamara plays the Titans and is injured and has been shit.
Kamara plays the Bucks.
He plays the Bucks.
Kamara plays Kamara plays the Bucks. Saquon plays the Commanders, who have a great defense the last few weeks. They've just been awesome.
Yeah.
So I don't know. He has like some good matchups, some bad matchups. We kind of already talked about his flex is basically like potentially an open slot almost. I mean, especially if Jamar Chase comes back this week.
He could really use that waiver wire.
Yeah,
Who do you pick up?
Just saying.
Let's
there's like not even that
pull
many
it up.
players.
Is there anyone?
I mean, there are a few running backs that got injured this week that he could pick up their backups.
He could pick up James Robinson, Tyler Alshire,
Yeah.
Isaiah McKenzie, DeAndre Carter. These options, Marvin Jones. These options suck.
These are flex options.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
But like, I don't know. None of them are really going to be that good. I don't know. I'm going to pick Spencer because I always pick against myself because I hate my team and don't think they're ever going to win.
I'll say if Josh Jacobs plays, you win. If he doesn't, I think Spencer wins.
I'm pretty sure I'm also 0-3 all time against Spencer in fantasy. I know he played twice last year, and I'm pretty sure he beat me both times. And I know he beat me week 2. So
Who are
He's
you
got your
going
number.
he's
to?
my counter.
Who are you going to play in a running back
We
spot?
don't want to talk about that.
Josh Jacobs doesn't play because Michael Carter.
I'm
got hurt,
really
too.
hoping Josh Jacobs is not.
That's what I'm saying.
If Michael
That's
Carter gets
why.
hurt and Josh Jacobs was hurt.
That's why I'm saying if Josh Jacobs is out, I
I'm
think
converting
Spencer has
Devin
a good
Duvernay
chance.
to running
Yeah,
back.
seriously. That's what I was thinking.
You're the tiebreaker.
It depends. I don't know about Josh. I feel like Josh Jacobs will play. I think Travis wins.
Okay.
If he doesn't play, bro, I don't know.
Bat testing. Another important matchup, at least it's really important for one team, is Biz versus Alex. Because again, I kind of talked about, I think Alex's team is really good. He was 6th in scoring this week.
Yeah.
He doesn't lose more often
He's got to
than he
play
does.
spoiler.
And I think he easily could play spoiler against Biz this week, and she needs the win to I mean, it
To stay
doesn't need
alive.
the win to stay alive because like 6 is probably the minimum, but like likely she needs the win.
Yeah.
I
I think if she loses this, she's most likely out.
Oh no, she definitely is. Yeah,
Because she doesn't have many good tiebreakers, right?
No,
Except for
she-
against Steele.
she does. She only has
Think-
tiebreakers against Seal, and she's already a game down, so she cannot afford to lose a game.
Yeah.
Um,
And her scoring's not great, so she's not going to win any like crazy four-way tie.
yeah.
I think the same with Beans and Reeves' matchup too. I think they're both really important because both of those teams.
I think Beans could still make it if she loses because she plays Dalton and Buey next week. So if she loses and Dalton and Buey lose, then whoever won that would make it, I think, maybe? Question
Hold on,
mark?
let me double check,
Depends on
but I
the other
think Dalton and B-Way beat her before.
I think they did. It was week 3.
Yeah.
That was
they
their
did.
first
So
win.
that's just even. So she wouldn't have the head-to-head. So she would have to.
But she
And
she is ahead of them in points.
No, she's. Oh, wait, Beans. Yeah, Beans is.
Yeah, but if she loses, it doesn't matter because she still needs.
Well, if she
hold on.
loses and Dalton and Buey lost this week,
Oh, they lost
and then-
this week. That's true.
and then if she beat Dalton, she would be in, or she would be above
Did not
them.
mean to skip over the Biz versus.
Immediately skipped it over.
I know.
Sorry.
I was just because they're Biz and Beans are like in the exact same situation to me right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah,
so it's
they
very
are.
easy to
Yeah.
put them together. So what do we think about this one?
Which
I
one?
honestly think Agmil's.
Biz versus Ag.
Biz versus
I
Agmil's?
honestly think Agmil's is going to win.
I like Agmil's team better. I think Jarek McKinnon is bad. I think the rest of Biz's team is pretty good. Especially with Deshaun Watson, I don't think he's going to score 12 points. I think he's probably going to score closer to 20. If anything,
Projected 19.86.
yeah, I know, but yeah, I think I like Agnell's team better. It looks pretty solid right now with no injuries.
I mean, Eckler's running back 1. Keenan Allen is back. Chris Godwin has started actually participating. Debo could do things. I don't know. I've been saying all year that I didn't like Biz's team that much.
I think,
So,
yeah,
I like
Biz has a
Eagles.
couple of players that have really good upside, like Justin Jefferson, T. Higgins, honestly.
I mean, outside of running back 2, her team is pretty solid. It's just
Yeah, but
the
that
running
running
back
back 2
2
is a
is
big
atrocious.
problem.
Yeah.
And Kittle has
Um,
been pretty disappointing.
He's been
Except
up
for
and down.
one
I
game
feel
when she
like.
played me. Yippee, woohoo.
I mean, he's been double digits for the last 6 weeks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He was injured earlier in the season, too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and honestly, I think I would consider picking Biz, but JJ against the Jets is actually kind of scary because Sauce Gardner's been fucking incredible this year. And, like, it's going to be cool to see JJ, like, Sauce Gardner, the rookie corner, just get fucking matched up with the best receiver in the league.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm going to. No, I can't. I'm picking Biz just because I do not want 3 people picking Agmills. That will curse the shit out of him.
Yeah, that's fine. It is a good team.
I think and Biz's team does have a high ceiling, like you said. It just has a low floor.
Yeah, it has a really low floor, and the running backs are. Agnew has better running backs.
All right, now let's move to the other matchup that we almost transitioned to way too early. Beans versus Reeves.
Oh, yeah.
I've kind of been shitting on Beans' team all year. And I'm probably going to continue to do that this week. But not really because of her team, more just because I think Reeves' team is kind of nuts. The projection's a little lopsided because she still has Samaje in.
Yeah.
Over Mason, yeah.
Yeah, so it'll probably go to like 55 Reeves, 45 Beans-ish. The only thing that scares me on Reeves' side is the Vikings against the Jets is a little scary. Their defense is good.
And Brian
Especially
Robinson against the Giants.
I don't even know if I'm going to start Brian Robinson. I got to figure it out.
Yeah, that's true.
He just had the highest projection on my team, so I put him there because it looks better.
But
I'll
AJ
figure it
Dillon's
out
been
later.
so fun for you.
He actually did decent last week, just not as good as Brian Robinson. Well,
They're
I
against,
probably
the
wouldn't-
they're against the Bears, too, who are atrocious.
Yeah, and I don't know if I'm also I have to consider my other receivers too. Probably not Burks, but if Mike Williams is still out, maybe Palmer, because it is my flex spot at least. So I have some choices this week. I'm not stuck into starting Brian Robinson or AJ Dillon when I didn't have a running back too.
I think Herbert should continue playing well because the Raiders' defense is terrible.
Yeah.
Diggs could be a little scary because New England's defense is pretty good, but I mean it's still Stephon Diggs. So
New England's defense has kind of fallen off the last few weeks.
Yeah, that's
they
true.
looked rough against the Vikings.
And Amon-Ra will get whatever he wants against the Jags because our secondary is not the best other than Tyson Campbell.
Kenneth Walker also has a great matchup against the Rams.
He should have a get-right game against the Rams, I think. But then on the other side, I honestly think T-Law's projection is way too low. It should definitely be in the 20s. But McLaurin doesn't have a great matchup. Waddle doesn't have a great matchup.
But I feel like the problem with T-Law is if they're winning, they're just going to run the ball.
If he
But
plays.
Yeah, that's a good
What?
point. But I heard that the ETA injury wasn't that serious, and they were just benching him to be safe.
But also, I think both teams will score a lot. Like, it's not like the Lions' offense is bad.
Yeah, both teams will probably score a lot. I agree.
So they won't be super far ahead. But
it's going out of focus again.
I feel like the Lions' offense usually just kind of goes off from behind because their defense is so bad. I feel like they play catch up a lot of the game. That's why it makes the offense look better than it is. Like, it's definitely competent, but some of these games it just
they're in a lot of the games though.
Well,
Like they
well,
either
say-
get blown out and their offense does nothing, or they're actually like competing and then they just lose in like the last possession.
Well, like,
yeah.
So the Lions game on Thanksgiving, they were down like 14 or 17 points, and then the Bills just kind of like chilled out for a little bit, and the Lions came back.
The Lions were winning at one point.
They were winning like the first quarter.
No, they were winning like towards the end of the game. The Bills had to come down.
They're winning, and then they were losing, and then they came back and took the 3-point lead.
Okay, yeah, sure, but
I don't
still,
know.
that's so
Anyways.
competitive.
I don't
Like, you
even
still
know
have to
if
have
they're-
a decent offense to be able to do that.
I'm saying they're decent. I'm saying they're not like high. I don't think they're that good. I don't think they're that like good. I think they're just like pretty good. They're not,
Okay,
like,
yeah, sure. They're not the best, but I agree with that.
I don't know, whatever. Fuck it.
Anyways, she also does have Kelsey and Pacheco, who have been really good. Obviously, Kelsey's the best in the league, best tight end in the league. And then Mixon against Casey should be good because Casey's defense isn't great. So I think it'll be a close matchup.
Miami's paper thin defense also against the Niners is pretty bad. I assume she's swapping that out, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Their defense is fucking terrible, and the Niners'
Oh,
offense
I
is
have Baltimore.
normally good.
I have Baltimore against Denver. Oh, yeah.
That's a really
That's
good
pretty good.
defensive
I didn't
matchup.
do that on purpose, but I'm gonna go with nice.
I'm picking Reeves. I don't think it's going to be that close. I think Beans is probably going to score less than 90, is my guess.
I don't think he scores less than 90. I think she has a pretty solid week. I don't know how well I do, but given past results, I don't think I score less than 100.
What do you mean? You have another shitter bowl where you score 78 and win?
The one where my whole team just decides to either get injured or just not show up to the game.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's happening again.
I think there's one or two more left. Did we talk about Wyatt Steele? It's been so long. We've been on this fucking segment for
I
don't think so. I think it was the last one. Oh, and then
All right,
Becca.
Weird,
Sharks.
Becca Sharksy.
Let's do Wyatt Steele real quick because it's pretty important for Steele. We kind of talked about that a little bit.
All I can say is, Etienne and Chase, please be healthy. Please, God.
No,
I need you.
no,
Yeah, Wyatt's playing DeAndre Swift.
Yeah, I have to because Deontay Foreman is on a bye.
I mean, I'm picking Steele.
I'm picking Steele.
I think the big issue is both of Steele's quarterbacks are against good defenses. The Denver defense for Lamar and the Jets defense for Kirk Cousins. I think that Lamar was fucking awesome against the Jags and kind of got let down by his receivers being literal garbage. But if he can't do that again, he could realistically have another one of his terrible weeks.
Well, I just realized it's DeAndre Swift versus Jamal Williams. I'm going to kill myself when he salsas into the end zone.
No, it's really going to be great because they're going to get the ball to DeAndre Swift on like the 11-yard line.
Yeah,
He's
and
going to get to the
down
2.
to the 1. Yep.
Yeah, and then Jamal Williams is going to come
Yeah.
in and get like no yards and then 2 yards and then salsa in your fucking face.
And it'll be against the Jags, so I'm going to double cry.
Mm-hmm.
I do have Seattle against the Rams, which is a good matchup.
Especially if they play Bryce Perkins again.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
Wolford's not much
apparently
better.
Seattle's defense is just bad again, so yay.
Okay, but Bryce Perkins.
Yeah, but
The Rams are the
Bad.
worst offense in the league.
Like, you allowed a lot of points to Josh Jacobs. This is Bryce Perkins.
eh.
Okay. I'm picking
Anyways.
Steele.
I'm picking me.
I'm picking Steele.
I got my back.
I don't know how you won last week, but I'm picking Steele. I think Steele will go solid team.
All right, finally, we're going to close with Becca versus Sharksy. Sharksy's stack team is going to be very dependent on the Josh Allen, Gabe Davis stack, like it always is.
Yup.
I know Becca's been stashing all of these young receivers for basically half the season. I really like them. Like it's hard to know what they're going to do, but now that she's starting to figure out what they're going to do, I kind of like them. Like a lot of her receivers, I think she's done a pretty good job. They all have really good upside. Obviously, last week they did well. Christian Watson's had 3 weeks in a row where he scored 19 plus points, and one of those was 30. I think. Her team's definitely getting a lot. Her team looks a lot better. It actually it's starting to look pretty good.
She has Dallas against Indy, which is a good matchup
Yeah.
for defense. JT against Dallas, though, in that same is a little scary.
Why are the Colts on prime time again?
Because everybody thought they were going to win the AFC South for
But they
some
can flex out
godforsaken
Sunday
reason.
night.
The same reason
flex
my
out Sunday Night
camera
Football.
is going in and out and in and out and in and out.
I guess they didn't want to flex out Dallas from Sunday Night Football, so they kept them in no matter who they were playing with. That is unfortunate because that is just
That's going to be a slaughter.
Because they get that stupid flex all the time.
Christian. I mean, yeah, Becca's receivers like Reeves was talking about. It's just going to be if they can pop off.
Yeah.
Garrett Wilson looked really good. Mike White is definitely better than Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
But they were also against the Bears. Vikings
Whose
defense
defense
isn't
is
that
terrible.
good, but it's better than the Bears by a decent bit. So we're going to see if they can do that again. Now, against the Bears this week is Christian Watson. So that's pretty nice. But yeah, I mean, I think outside of Flex, Sharksy's team is also pretty good. I'm going to pick Sharksy.
I will also pick Sharksy.
I think Becca has a good week. I'm picking Becca.
Yeah, I think this may be the hardest to pick. I don't know if it's the closest, but this to me seems like the hardest to pick just because Becca's receivers are so hit or miss. I mean, the last 3 weeks, Christian Watson's been a hit, but for the season, he hasn't been.
Yeah, but like I said, they've been hit or miss, but she's starting to figure out why they're hitting and when they're hitting, and so I think Garrett Wilson and Christian Watson are the best options going in, and they're starting to do better. I don't know. Sharksy is a good team, but then sometimes she just falls off too. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, she's missing James Conner, which I guess we didn't really talk about.
Yeah,
but that is important. But I think we need to wrap this up. It's been almost an hour and a half. It's a long episode. I think this is probably the longest episode we've done so far.
Probably.
Although the one that Wyatt and I did with redrafting was really fucking long.
True.
So, thank you for joining us for
You're
episode
welcome.
13 of the SimStation Internet Football Podcast. I was not talking to you yet, but thank you, Reese, for being our first recurring guest. I guess we'll see you next season on the pod. I assume you're not coming back this season, but who knows?
I'm not coming back next season either. I'm actually done with fantasy football. I'm gonna go become a monk.
It is full luck, I've heard.
I'm gonna take my victory in my jersey and go become a monk in the Himalayas. And I'm just gonna sit on the hillside with my Ken Walker jersey and take a broom and just sweep some floors. And
Sweet.
that'll be my life.
Cool. I'm very
All
glad
right.
I sat here and listened to that.
On that note,
I'm just like, let's try to end this soon.
No,
Reese just keeps fucking going.
No.
it was like, I'm going to be a monk.
All right, well, we will see you next week after some killer games. Later, nerds.
Goodbye.
You might.